Ever catch someone nudging you bit by bit till you're doing stuff you'd sworn you wouldn't? Not their shouting, not with clear threats. Through tiny shifts, almost too small to name, silence does more than words here. Pressure builds without a sound. It happens slow enough that saying no feels like overreaction. Each move fits just inside acceptability, until it doesn't. That slowness isn't confusion, it's design. People start building mental maps the moment they meet someone. Because they do not understand limits at first, they push gently to find out. Boundaries often go unnoticed until tested through tiny actions. Many think ignoring minor offenses shows patience or warmth. Truthfully, it sends a different message entirely. Tolerating a small violation isn't calmness, it's an invitation to push further. They start seeing your boundaries as weak, like a broken lock on an old gate, a gap they can walk through without resistance. Where there's no real guard, someone will move in, settle down, then act like it was theirs all along. Starts with trust. Someone close reaches out, needing cash or help with something tricky. They mention it like it's nothing. Agreeing feels natural at first. You care about them. Later comes another request, just as sudden. This round ends without so much as a nod of appreciation. Later they appear without warning, tossing off remarks about how you live, dressed as jokes but sharp underneath. Silence feels safer at the start, so you give it to them. Over time, though, those little digs settle in like routine. Then one day you refuse, and shock ripples through them. Hurt feelings, outrage, even betrayal flood their reaction. The reason hides in what came before. Each past yes reshaped what they expected from you. It was your patience that gave room for their disregard. When ease becomes part of how people interact, standing firm often slips away. Picture work. 5 o'clock hits when a manager slides something on your desk, suddenly urgent. Plans vanish as you sit through dinner, working. Days pass like normal until it repeats. One more last-minute task, no sorry this time. Late nights stop looking like effort. Instead, they start seeming normal, expected even. What once felt temporary becomes routine without warning. Staying late gets treated not as dedication, but as default behavior. Pushing limits too often leads nowhere good. Extra hours invite extra tasks, never recognition. People notice you're available far more than they value your time. Being reliable turns into being used. No title change comes, no raise follows, just heavier loads. You slip into a role that serves others, not yourself. Growth fades while demands grow, quietly, steadily. Watch how someone tests limits. It happens quietly, like a slow shift. They're really checking whether you value yourself. Should that sense of worth feel shaky, so too will the lines you draw. When those lines give way, their space grows without warning. Still, inside tight bonds between people, that mental pattern shows up again. One person says something small but mean, hiding behind humor. Their eyes watch how you respond. When you grin or ignore it, they win. The line shifts backwards slowly. Later on, their words carry more edge. Expectations grow stronger. Power leans closer. Love fades not when warmth disappears. Slow cracks form when trust gets stretched too far, worn thin by repeated slights that never faced consequence. Quiet collapses happen where fairness once stood. Most folks won't honor limits unless something changes. If a line gets crossed and nothing shifts, the crossing becomes normal. Stopping it just noticing disrespect keeps it alive. A person steps into a fresh social scene. Picture someone arriving in a group where laughter often lands at their cost, yet they chuckle along. Drinks flow from their wallet each night out, handed around freely. Their calendar bends completely to match others' plans. Disagreement stays buried, unspoken. Slowly, instead of earning respect, the space they hold shrinks. One moment they're silent, overlooked during talks, skipped when decisions form. Out of nowhere, they say no. Their voice rises. Right away, others bristle. Labels appear. Too emotional, too intense, a problem. Here's what slips through. Nothing shifted around them. Only their silence broke. The quiet fee they kept covering on their own. Here it hits hard. Letting tiny challenges slide changes nothing. Exchanging dignity for calm moments only lasts so long. What happens inside you when it hits?
Instead of rage, a stillness rises, clear, steady, without pause. A quiet certainty takes hold before anything else. A tiny test happens. A slow response means it has already gone wrong. Someone says something rude. Laughter stays locked inside. Your gaze does not slide sideways. It holds steady. Eyes meet theirs. The words come out calm. They must clarify what was funny. Explanation is required. Quiet works like armor, yet words shaped right cut deeper. If a person pushes for your hours too hard, say no with calm clarity. No long reasons needed. That kind of reply draws a line others feel. Their minds adjust, even if silently. They start seeing access to you as something granted, never grabbed. Boundaries drawn well make people pause and think. When lines are firm, respect follows without asking. Peace stays intact where limits hold strong. Strength shows up not when you rebuild after collapse, but by showing up daily to hold quiet lines. When others probe too far, turn them back without drama. Your calm matters more than their urge to invade. Build routines that quietly say what belongs and what doesn't. Let firmness be ordinary. A boundary held gently today becomes unshakable tomorrow.